coming up on the 50th anniversary of, again, the members of CORE, the desegregation of Gwen Oak Park, and many, of course, achievements and success stories in this 50-year anniversary. Here comes the Baltimore chapter of the NAACP, trying to use, again, the Honorable Walter P. Carter to get some street cred and some sweet cred for themselves, man. I mean, how hypocritical could they be, man? And if you're listening, you can call 410-761-1592. But I've never given an award. I've never even acknowledged the, and that's why I know he didn't. Maybe y'all might have a better relationship to Harold Carter, but not Walter P. Carter. You may have a better relationship to Harold Carter Jr. and Harold Carter Sr. And y'all got to do something with Harold Carter Jr. Get him on. Y'all got to get him a GP. I'm not going to get into his dad. I know I said I would. I'm going to save him, man. But the Junior, looked like it took 4 cameras to take his picture at that funeral, and they tell me they're going to make him the minister for life over at the church. So he's not a minister. They clearly want to make him the CEO. I'm going to come back in a few days and do a show on the pulpit pimps in the city of Baltimore. I know Steve Harvey got the Hood Awards. I'm going to come with the Hoodie Awards. I'm going to come with the Hoodie Awards on the state of the city, man, and ask the question. Oh, who is the pastor that's serving the people the best in the city of Baltimore? I'm not talking about self-serving now. I'm not talking about the pastor trying to get his swerve on, but the one trying to get his serve on, man. I'm going to have to ask that question. But y'all congregation members over there, I mean the real congregation members over there at Shiloh, y'all got to have a talk with Junior, because it took 4 cameras. He was bigger than the 3 guys standing next to him in the photo the other day, man, at the funeral of his father. But I won't get into that unless you press me or stress me about Harold Carter. Then I'm saying, we're going to tell the truth. Let's tell the whole truth. Let's open all of it up now. Let's get in between the sheets now. I ain't Juanita Bynum, but I will get between the sheets if I have to. A woman thou art loose, don't let me have to go there. But again, was that no more sheets? I'll find out. Don't worry about it. With that, let me come back to the lines. Good afternoon, caller. You're on the state of the city.
Yes, I just was calling to make a comment about Mr. Homer Favors.
Come on, brother. I appreciate you checking in, man.
Oh, man. I had this class, macroeconomics, back in, I think it was 91 or 92.
Yes, sir.
He was the best that ever did it, man. The best, man.
Yes,
I'm talking about, he would explain, you would know how it applied, economics applied to you in your life, right? You understood why they had prisons and
yes, sir.
And all, oh man, he was the best, man. He was funny too, because
he
could tell when we didn't read.
Right.
You know what he used to say?
Yes, sir.
He said, yeah, osmosis. Just put the book under your pillow and you'll pass. Right? He was funny, man. He was funny, but he was a great man.
He was a good man.
He was a real great man.
And some people say I'm a wordsmith, but he clearly was a wordsmith, brother, with the words, man. All right.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you checking in and showing that love to Dr. Homer Favor, all right?
Yes, sir.
All right, we'll take more of your calls, 410-761-1592. We ain't talking about Tony Soprano. See, if I was talking about Tony Soprano, my lines be blowing up. But I'm talking about a black man that lived among you, worked among you, walked among you, talked among you. Of course, his blood, his sweat, his tears went into the city. You ain't got an attitude of gratitude to just say thank you, even if you didn't know the man. But you ain't no Tony Soprano. He ain't spent a day in your house, a day in your living room, a day in your school, a day in your pool, fool. You tweeting about him, putting Facebook messages out. Tony Soprano, only role he ever played was a gangster. A gangster and a prankster gangster at that. Let me come back to the line, 410. I know I stepped on some toes. Move them out the way, man. Move them out the way. Get them coins out the way. Go get you some doctor shows. But we talking about Dr. Homer Favor. 410-761-1592 if you want to get in on this conversation, man. Good afternoon, caller. You on the state of the city.
Good afternoon, Brother Durham. How are you?
I'm good, soldier. How are you?
All right, brother. Hey, look, man, I was sitting back listening, brother. But when you talked about that alphabet soup organization under the disguise of Spreaker.
Yes, sir.
I mean, come on, man. They don't even know the Honorable Walter P. Carter. In a sense, what I'm saying is, brother, since I've been back here in Baltimore, I've never heard mention of an award, honor, or anything towards Mr. Carter, man.
No, they got Spring Gun Awards, and we know him and his brother, they were spying, spying on black leadership, Marcus Garvey, W.E.B. Du Bois, and many more for the U.S. military, man. Eli, what was the brother name? Joel and Eli Spring Gun. And I think the highest award in the NAACP is the Spring Gun Award.
Man, brother, let me tell you something. Like I said, brother, I just said, man, I had to call in on this one, man.
Yes, sir.
The Baltimore chapter.
Baltimore chapter, brother. Trying to get some street cred, man. And of course, and I heard I had to disagree a little with what Councilman Carl Stokes said when we were talking about the people in Perkins Home. I wouldn't give a dime to the Associated Black Charity. Associated Black Charity spend more time trying to be down there with them white folk in Fells Point. They had an event last night at the Douglas Myers Museum. You mean the Blacks and Wax is not good enough? You mean the Reginald Lewis Museum's not good enough, man? You got to keep running your black behind down there to the... And it really is not the Douglas Museum. Let's be clear. It's the Isaac Myers Museum down there, man. All right? If it was, they put a statue of Frederick Douglass like they just did in Washington in front of that museum, but they don't want to have to look at no black face in Fells Point, even though we were bought and dropped off in Fells Point on that cobblestone. All right?
No doubt, man. Hey, keep up the good work, man.
All right, brother. Appreciate you checking in, man. And then the Associated Black Charity, if they listening, no disrespect, it's Diane Bell McCoy, but these the same people think that it's okay to have an evening with Sheila Dixon. Are you saying to our young people that's the best? That's the best that we can do in the city of Baltimore? A disgraced, kicked out, trick and Sheila Dixon? So I wouldn't give the Associated Black Charity a dime. And I would ask them, how much money do they give back to the black community? And last I checked, they're part of the United Way anyway. They're part of the United Way anyway. So they stop being an association and just be a black charity. By the time we losing black banks, black S&Ls, I understand Advanced Bank is going to have to merge because they losing money. I bet you Associated Black Charity don't have no money in Advanced Bank. I will bet you an Associated Black Charity membership will ask Diane Bell McCoy or anybody else, where do they have their bank account? You will find out it's not at Harbor. Well, Harbor Bank is not a black bank. Let me make that clear. Don't let me bust your ego. But let me come back to the lines, man. That ain't even my subject matter. Good afternoon, caller. You on the state of the city.
Good afternoon, brother. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam, sir.
What you just said in reference to the Associated Black Charities.
Yes, sir.
The key word being associated, they are a Jewish-controlled entity.
Yeah. Art Abramson and the boys control them. They right down there by the association, as it's called.
Yes.
Right?
If you go all up in Park Heights and Pikesville, you see these various signs.
Yeah.
We're associated. Are you associated?
Yes, sir.
Yes. The Jews control.
Yeah, we'll say alleged. But we know they ain't going nowhere without Art Abramson and the boys, man.
Yeah.
Yes,
It's
sir.
like say a bunch of house Negroes.
Yes, sir. All right. Anything else?
No, sir. Keep up the good work.
Appreciate
young
you checking
Petey
in.
Green, my
Yes,
man.
sir. I'm going to stay on the scene like Petey Green, all right?
Yeah, you young Petey Green, man.
All right, brother. Peace. And with that, we'll take a few more of your calls, so we got to begin to wrap up. 410-761-1592. Get in where you fit in. Where you get in on the conversation. Good afternoon, caller. You on the state of the city.
Yeah, you need to get into all that with the Earl Carters and all of these other
The pulpit pimps. You mean I need to do the Goody Awards?
the gay mega pimp preachers run around raping from our community, not giving back, and they live in Governor's Run and every place else, and our communities is in shambles, and they go on there just pimping us, and they gay as all outdoors. Somebody needs to start calling them out, man.
Okay.
You need to call them out, man.
Yes, sir. Okay, my brother. I appreciate
brother,
you
call
checking
them
in
out.
now. Well, you know, if nobody does it better, man, to quote an old song by, what's her name? Simon, all right? Carly Simon.
Oh, that's right.
Nobody
Go ahead,
does
bro.
it better, brother, all right? Appreciate you checking in. Peace. With that, we'll take a few more of your calls. 410-761-1592. Good afternoon, caller. You on the state of the city.
Assalamu alaikum, brother.
Wa alaikum salam, my brother.
Yeah,
Yes,
just want
sir.
to give a shout out.
Thank you. Appreciate you checking in, all right?
Oh,
Yes, sir. All right. Assalamu alaikum.
I have a.
Yes, come on.
Can I call you off air, brother?
Yeah, call me off air. 410-461-1590 at the end of the show, all right? Right at by 1 o'clock. Thank you, brother.
Yes, sir.
Assalamu alaikum. Yes, sir. And we'll take more of your calls, 410-761-1592. I know I said I was going to get into the march the other day with Jesse Jackson and Ron Daniels. I promise you I'll get into that tomorrow. We're going to have to raise some questions and look for some answers regarding that. And, again, look at that bigger issue, man, regarding, again, marijuana. The legalization of marijuana, but not talking about the decriminalization so that we can free those young brothers and sisters that are locked up for nonviolent offenses around drugs. And the Supreme Court ruled against that, the Fair Sentencing Act. You had 5,000 brothers released from federal prison, but none of those brothers and sisters have been released from the state prisons. See, so that's the question is, where is the NAACP? Where's the Urban League? Where's Ben Jealous on that? in terms of releasing these brothers and sisters from prison and give them some damn amnesty. You want to give amnesty to everybody else. Give the amnesty to these brothers and sisters so that we can please set them free. With that, we take a few more calls, then we getting up out of here. Good afternoon, caller. You on the State of the Sick.
Hello, I'd like to speak to you, I guess, off air about Harbor Bank. I thought it was a black bank.
Harbor Bank? Well, we'll have to look at who's on the board, and then we got to see where do they get their money and their resources from, all right?
And also, Mr. Muhammad, where do you be at in person where a person can talk to you?
Where do I'm all over. I mean, call me offline after the show at the 410-761-1590 number, but I'm all over. Most time I am at Terra Cafe, 25th and St. Paul.
All right, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you, my sister. Appreciate you checking in with us now.
All right, bye-bye.
All right, peace. And with that, we'll take maybe one or two more calls if you want to get in on the conversation. 410-761-1592. And if time permits tomorrow, I'm going to come back and get into the story about the State Center project is stuck in court. So again, this is from my sister Zenithia Prince. I always call her Zenithia Queen, not Zenithia Prince, but my sister from Barbados or Trinidad. She did the story on the State Center project is stuck in court. And, of course, this was one that was, I think it was Alan Rifkin and, of course, Peter Angelos and his group that talked about what your governor and Struvers, Eccles, and Routes, who is still working behind the scenes with Carolyn Moore, president and CEO of Equistics. I don't think she can even spell Equistics, man. But this is what they do. Take these bimbos and put them over an LLC and then want to give them all this money for the State Center project after Struvers, Eccles, and Routes went bankrupt. I'm going to get into that tomorrow and get an opportunity, hopefully be joined by a guest tomorrow as well. But I definitely want to get into that and break that down. But again, the same way Peter Angelos took this case to court, I believe that those who are living in Perkins homes may have to go get them a pro bono attorney and Peter Angelos to do the same thing against Michael Beatty and those who would use you in terms of, again, those who are living in Perkins homes to get a $107 million tax break for 30 years, man. So this is why our communities look the way they look, because you have those that are coming in as antelopes, coming in as leeches, coming in as jackals to take advantage of our people's ignorance and make googobs of money off of our people and leaving our people and future generations in the plight and in the condition that they find them in. But yet at the same time, they go to church and talking about there's some good Samaritans. The proof is in what you've done in Harbor East. The proof is in what you're doing in Harbor West. The proof is what you're doing in Harbor Less. So this is clearly a tale of two cities or three cities. You have the rich and the greedy. You have the poor and the needy. And you have the middle, which gets very little when it comes to the city services in the city of Baltimore. So we're going to get up out of here and make way for more great radio this afternoon. But we close out dedicating this song again to the doctor and the professor, Homer Favor, and all of our ancestors, of course, who are our heroes and our sheroes. So until tomorrow at 12 noon, we do need your support. Make your checks, money, orders payable to WFBR. Send it to 159 8th Avenue, Glen Burnie, Maryland, 21061. Or you can do it right, just drive by, make that check payable to WFBR, put it in an envelope, drop it off the Terra Cafe restaurant at 25th and St. Paul. Please let me thank them. Give them a call. Stop by, support them, show them some love. 410-777-5277. Let me also thank Charm City Chicken and Waffle Restaurant, Brother Wayne and the Fine Gang at 807 Washington Boulevard. They open Sunday through Saturday, 10 to 9. And let me thank, of course, PM Diversified Tax Services. Give them a call for your tax services, 410-367-5615. And no show is complete without thanking the Black Man and Woman's Country Club. You know them as the barbershops and beauty salons. Going to have my sister Sandra Tillman, owner and proprietor of, again, Flair Hair Barbershop. Got them a new location right outside the Old Town Mall. Brand new, spanking new from the bottom to the top and the top to the bottom. So I lift them up. Brother Coop, Brother Mill, and all the brothers that keep it 100% real down there. Let me thank, of course, Brother Johnny G and the brothers at Johnny's Boutique right there at Duncan and Monument Street. And they working on that old raggedy market at Monument Street. But I thank all of you that tuned in today. We'll podcast the show on Spreaker and on our Twitter page and Facebook page. And if you want to reach me off air, 410-761-1590. Get a copy of the show, 410-878-5298. Until tomorrow at 12 noon, God bless, all the best, and the rest to you and yours. And to our heroes, Dr. Homer Favor, and all of our ancestors, we say thank you, thank you, thank you. Peace. For freedom and justice for